Hello, Matt Elliott here.
Hi, Alan Smith here.
Hey guys, Ian Hume here.
Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here.
Be sure to watch
Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV
For all the latest Leicester City news and information.
You can also subscribe on YouTube and various social media channels.
for the latest updates and news on Leicester City Football Club.
Come on, you foxes!
Happen in 49, 61, 63 or 69 when they reach the final. But the class of 2021 have delivered. Leicester City are FA Cup winners at last and are history makers at Wembley.
They have blown their rivals away. They have blown us all away in truth. Premier League champions 2016. The amazing Leicester City!
Till I Die TV, your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
Right, Chris.
All right then, how the devil are we all? Welcome along. Oh, it's been a while since we've had one of these. It's quiz night. Yep. Wednesday night, get yourself a beer, pretend you're down the pub, and we're going to have a bit of a quiz. And this is big fat football quiz. I'm the big fat part. The football quiz is coming in a minute, but this is the serious quiz. You know, when I do it, I kind of, you know, it's a bit silly, let's be honest with you, and its links to football is very tenuous, but this one is very much the serious option. This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Catch us on YouTube at that address. Please give us a subscribe and like the video. And if you're listening on the podcast, thank you very much for listening, everybody. It's been 3,000 downloads of the podcast since January. Unbelievable, Jeff, as somebody on a lot more money than me once said. This is where you can find us.
Watch us on YouTube. Listen on your favourite podcast platform or ask your smart speaker to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Indeed, and there we have the big fat football quiz chart, as they say. We're getting towards the business end of the season now. I would have said Ankit was going to be watching to see whether his crown disappears, but I think Chelsea have got a little game on or something tonight. He might be watching. He certainly can't be there, so I don't think they're allowed. That's a bit of a dig, wasn't it? But Chelsea are still top with 49 points. Liverpool are second, and the mighty Leicester City are third with 44. The other end, we've got Palace on 20 and Wolves on 14. Where will Leeds fit into this? It's a very, very good question. We're going to find out in a second. But first of all, let me say hello to my co-host and Bradley Walsh lookalike. Yeah, I should have gone to Specsavers. It's Craig. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Chris. How are you?
Yeah, not so bad. Getting there, getting excited for tomorrow, and a tad nervous as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. I think. I think they showed enough, particularly in the first 20 minutes in the first leg down here, that they could be dangerous. So it's going to be a tough one, even with the 2-goal lead. Having
said that, I think they have got an injury. I just quickly saw when I
think they're down to their third goalkeeper.
To be honest with you, knowing our luck, he'll have a blinder.
Probably, yeah.
Renee, good evening. How the devil are you? Thanks for joining us. TM, welcome back. You're winning. You're beating Brighton tonight. Right? Good God. Got a special treat for you later, TM, if you're still on. I believe young Craig, that you've got a special announcement.
Yeah, well, it's not so much an announcement, but I do need to say a special hello to my great niece, Annabelle. Hi, Annabelle. If you're watching, she's 4.5. Big fan of the show. Understands everything that's going on. Really likes your jokes, apparently, Chris.
How old is she?
Yeah, 4.5. Luckily, she doesn't understand them, so that's probably wise.
That's the sort of target market I aim my jokes at.
Yeah. But anyway, if you're watching, obviously you may be watching on the +1, as you like to put it, Chris. But hello, Annabelle, and enjoy the show.
She's probably tucked up in bed as we speak, having sweet dreams. Talking about having sweet dreams, is it going to be a nightmare or is it going to be sweet dreams this evening for the whole season for Connor? And I'm going to bring him in. He is our Leeds United fan this evening. You may remember him from the other day when we did the live stream, which I've got to say, I think I enjoyed more than him. Connor, good afternoon. Oh, so good evening. How the devil are you?
It's evening now. Yeah, I'm not too bad. The live stream was fun. The result wasn't. I feel like we could have got a bit more, but we've moved on from that now.
Yes, yeah. We've done a lot of that this season, haven't we, Craig? Moving on.
Yeah, we move on. Yeah, we move on as soon as the final whistle goes on many a game.
Yes, yeah. I'd love to see you stay up, though, and give it another go next season. So fingers crossed for you.
Yeah, hopefully the Norwich game will be the kick that we needed.
Yes. I mean, you beat somebody that was around you, and that's the sort of thing you need to do, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Something we can't do at the moment, or haven't done all season. Anyway, it is quiz time. It's a big fat football quiz. Craig, over to you to explain the rules.
Oh, that's your bit, Chris. Jeez.
I thought I'd throw the spanner in the works.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah. What I've got to say at the start here is, the last time we did this quiz, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, was Crystal Palace.
It was.
And it seemed to go down like quite tough.
You can see that from where he is on the table.
He was at the bottom one. So yeah. I don't want people accusing me now. This could be that I've set this a little bit easier, Connor.
That'd be
Let
nice
me get this in
did.
First, which obviously puts all the pressure on you.
I was going to say, no pressure now, Connor.
Yeah.
As long as it isn't that easy that he gets third, I'm not bothered.
As long as I'm not bottom, I'll be happy.
Yeah, well,
we will see.
I think you'll be fine on that. So obviously you've got 3 rounds and 3 lifelines. So the 3 rounds, you start off with questions on Leicester City, which are worth 5 points each. 5 questions there. 5 general football questions, which are worth 3 points each, and then 10 questions on your own team, which are worth 2 points each. 3 lifelines you can ask Chris. A lot of people will ask him on a Leicester City question. He tends to get them right, although he has slipped up 1 or 2 times.
No pressure on me now.
No. You can also have a second guess. So if you're torn between 2 and you won't go for 1 and it's wrong, you can choose to have a second guess on that. And that's where me and Chris have to be very careful not to blurt out the answer before asking you whether you want your second guess. And then also you can switch a question. So in each round, you can bring on a sub. So if you don't like the question in that particular round, you can ask for it to be substituted. But you can only do that once across all 3 rounds.
Right.
Okay. Now, there's no timer as such. However, if we're getting into the process of them being a long answer, because you are really seriously thinking about it, there's 2 things I'm going to... First of all, I put the background music on, which everybody tells me reminds them of Babe Station. They say, I wouldn't know because I've never watched it.
No idea.
But, apparently, it's a slow-mo lot, and apparently it does remind them of that. So that's the first threat. But the second one is you do end up with a 10-second countdown, as you can see up at the top there. But I say you'll be given plenty of time before that. And then I'll just say that you've got the 10 seconds. We'd have to have an answer at the end. There we go. So I just want to say a quick... Actually, you're doing a quick shout out to your niece. I'm going to do a quick shout out to a gentleman you will remember, Craig, Barry Pierpoint.
Yes, I remember him very well. Yes. Lovely guy.
He's not been so good, so hopefully he's going to be fine. But he did ask me to shout out that on the 26th of March, he will be at WH Smith's in Foss Park with Julian Joachim. ex-player.
Excellent.
And he will be doing a book signing because he's got a book out, Julian. Hoping to try and get him on the show, but he's a little bit shy, apparently. So we are struggling, but hopefully Barry says he's going to try and get him drunk and agree to it. He won't know.
Put me on that show.
Yeah, exactly. Right. A last couple of... you might know this gentleman, Craig.
Indeed. Hello, indeed. Is she up and watching, or has she gone to bed? That's the big question.
Apparently, your nickname is Krog.
Well, I've not been called that since I was a very, very wee young lad. So that's many, many years ago, I can assure you.
He got it right. Oh no, he said Krog again there. So obviously, I thought it was a spelling mistake, but
no, he's yeah.
Andrew, thank you for that. I'm just going to make a note of that. Krog. Thank you.
Yeah, let's not get into his nickname, shall we?
No. Rennie, you can very much answer that. It's up to yourself. Play along. Connor, I just want to double check. You can't see the screen with all the with the comments on, can you?
I can't. No.
Good. I've set it up right then. So by all means, Rennie, join in. Connor can't see it. Also, it's good luck, Connor.
Thank you very much.
And
I think I'm going to need it.
Yeah, just remember, in a good cop, bad cop sort of scenario, I'm the good one. I haven't done the questions. But very good luck. I'd like to say there's a prize at the end, but there isn't. So here we go.
Just personal
me not coming last.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Craig, off you go.
Fine. Okay. Good luck, Connor. As I say,
thank you.
I'm not sure where I've pitched these, but your score will tell me anyway. So let's start off with the Leicester City questions, which are worth 5 points each. And remember, you've got your 3 lifelines that you can use at any point on these. So, question number 1: can you name either of Leicester's scorers in their recent UEFA Conference League first leg match victory over Rennes?
Either of them. Okay.
See, if I was cruel, I'd be asking for both, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the match was either side of the game that we played, but I can't remember what side it was. I'm going to go with... Oh no. I don't know if Maddison scored or if he got an assist, but I'm going to go... I know I'm thinking of the Burnley game, I think. I'm just going to go Maddison. James Maddison.
That is incorrect, I'm afraid. You can have a second guess, or you might want to leave that for later in the quiz.
I think I'll leave that for later.
Yeah.
I'll take the hit on this one.
Okay, the opener was scored by Mark Albrighton, and the second goal in virtually the last minute was Kelechi Iheanacho.
I have to be totally honest with you there. I was struggling to remember.
Were you?
Yeah.
It was a long time ago, Chris, wasn't it?
I was thinking, don't ask me, please.
I was thinking of the 2-0 against Burnley.
Yes.
I was thinking that was when Maddison came on and did his stuff.
Did. Okay, question number 2. How many times have Leicester City appeared in the FA Cup final?
I have a feeling Chris might know this one. So I'm going to use my Ask Chris.
Uh-huh.
You're going to use your Ask Chris. Now that could
me
be a
down,
wise
Chris.
decision, but it may not be a wise decision. I am gonna because I don't want to embarrass myself. I am going to think about this. I'm not just going to guess.
I thought you were just drawing this out for for dramatic effect.
More comic effect than dramatic effect. Let's not get ideas above our station here. I do believe that it would be 5.
It is indeed 5. Yeah. We won the
Good.
last one. We were the only team to have appeared in 4 finals and lost them all prior to
We
winning
can't
it.
say that anymore.
We can't.
I was going to say 3 if I had a guess. So I'm glad I used my lifeline there.
Yeah, wise choice, and 5 points on the board. Okay. Who were the last team Leicester beat in the Premier League?
God.
In the Premier League. Oh gosh. See, I've not been looking at the fixtures above us. I've only been looking at the ones below.
We're not that far above you, in fairness, are we?
I know, but there's only 3 teams I'm worrying about at this stage of the season, Chris.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm gonna say, you must have beaten someone after us because there's been 2 fixtures since then. I'm gonna say Brentford.
That is incorrect. Do you want a second guess, or are you going to save it?
I'll save it. I've got a lot of questions to go. I don't want to use them all
it was actually Leeds. 1.
Ah, no. No.
It's not like you watched the game, is it?
I thought there's been 2 games since then. Surely you got to win.
Yeah. No.
Then he's covering his all corners here. He's gone for Leeds and for Burnley. So
yeah, well done. Okay, question 4. Another Leeds connection here. Which former Leeds manager started his playing career at Leicester City?
Simon Grayson.
96 appearances. Sorry?
Simon Grayson.
I tell you what, I'm going to let you go for the rest of the question.
Right, maybe not then.
Okay. So, which former Leeds manager started his playing career at Leicester City, making 96 appearances, scoring 25 goals?
Right,
he ended his playing career at Leeds, becoming player manager before finally hanging up his boots to become the club's full-time manager.
Definitely not Simon Grayson then.
See, again, I'm being kind, Chris. I know. I could have.
You let him have another go. Yes.
I definitely wouldn't have done that.
No, I wouldn't have done either, but there we go. No, fair enough. He didn't say it wasn't Simon Grayson, of course. He just said he was going to finish the question.
But I think it was the goals. I think Grayson was a defender, so I don't think he would have got that many goals in that many appearances.
You asked Chris.
So you say
on this one.
He was player manager and then retired to become full manager. Did you say?
Yeah.
Right. I have no idea when this could have been. I feel like it would have been. I'm not sure. It's going to bite me in the face, but I'm going to say Simon Grayson anyway.
That is incorrect. You still have your second guess? Chris?
You don't have to use your second guess.
Of
Like you
not,
say, you
no.
can save it. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to save it because I've not got a second guess, but it's going to be so obvious, isn't it?
Well, it was probably, a lot of people would say, your greatest ever manager.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But it depends who you think your greatest ever manager was.
Yeah, I don't remember Bielsa playing for Leicester.
No. Having said that, most people don't remember Mancini playing for Leicester, but he did.
He did indeed, yeah. Chris?
I would have said Mr. Revie.
Yeah, Don Revie. Started his career as a player at Leicester City.
Did not know that. Something I probably should have known, but...
Well, he's very well associated with Leeds, isn't he? And you don't think of him being anywhere else, I guess, really.
And so finally, unless you switch the question, the last one in this section, which national team does Leicester defender Daniel Amarty represent?
Daniel Amarty. Daniel Amarty. See, it sounds like a kind of it's definitely not France, but it sounds like a Frenchy name. So could it be an African nation? I am going to go and completely embarrass myself and say Ghana.
As embarrassing yourself goes, that's the way to do it because it is Ghana.
It is, yeah.
Oh, yes. Love that.
Well done.
Where did you get that one from?
I don't know. It sounds like a French kind of name, but it's he definitely doesn't play for France because I know the France team. So.
He currently has 36 caps for Ghana.
Wow.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Indeed.
Halfway to last place. Let's go.
Well done.
Well, you're halfway to not being bottom. Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Well done.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, that was excellent with that. Rennie, I think he got 5 out of the 4, but then he's a Leicester fan, so don't let that make you feel any worse.
I'd rather save my lifelines for the Leeds round, just so I don't embarrass myself.
To be honest with you, sometimes I found the home questions were a lot harder than the away questions.
Well, I'm sure Crystal Palace guy used at least 2, if not all 3 of his lifelines on the Leicester question.
He did. He went for it, yes, which I think, in fairness, he probably regrets now.
Yeah.
I've played along with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire a lot, so I know don't use your lifelines too early.
Exactly. I can just say I've got to give this for TM because Tottenham have won 2-0. So
here we go. I wonder, is he going to show it now?
Just for Rennie, and just bear with me because she has won. I think we should sort of say congratulations, don't you think so, Craig?
It's time for the Daily Spurs.
It would be rude not to do it as TM's in. I do apologise, Connor, for just breaking in there. But for those of you that are interested, since Spurs actually won a trophy, it's been 14 years, 16 days, 3 hours, 53 minutes and 59 seconds. 54 minutes now. So, well, you win today, TM, 2-0, but it's a long time since you've had anything in that trophy cabinet.
Apart from dust.
I played that. I play it every show. Talk Sport used to have a thing on the drive time going home called the Daily Arsenal. I've just kind of adapted it a little bit. So
I do wonder if Brighton are regretting selling Dan Burn because I think since they've sold him, I think they've been getting beaten every week.
Brighton are only allowed 9 wins a season, though.
That's
all they're allowed.
That is a good point.
They did win a fair few games early on, so they've got their quota to match.
They did.
That is true. And TM, in fairness, we've got to say thank you very much because Brighton obviously are just below us. So you've done us a bit of a favour there, TM. So thank you.
Yeah, well done.
It's 0-0 in the Arsenal-Liverpool game, by the way.
Wonder if Salah will come on for that.
Yeah.
Right. Back
okay.
over to Magnus Magnusson.
Okay. General football, 3 points per question, 5 of them to come. You still have your, you can bring on a sub and you can have your second guess. So let's get into this. So question 1. Who are the current holders of the African Cup of Nations?
Senegal.
Correct. 3 points. Liverpool are the only Premier League team this season to not have a penalty awarded against them. But can you name the only team who have not had a penalty given to them so far this season?
Premier League team.
Yep. Only one team has not had a penalty all season.
I can rule out Leeds because we definitely have had one. Man United will have had one. Brentford had
I think
one.
we all know Man United have had one.
Yeah, that's all they ever get, really, isn't
exactly.
it?
That was the first home game. It's a rule. They have to be given a penalty.
Brentford have had one because Tony scored 2 last weekend, didn't he?
Mm.
Something like that. I'm going to go for Norwich.
Ooh.
That is incorrect, I'm afraid.
Was it?
Do you want wait, Chris?
Yeah.
There we go.
Do you want your second guess, or are you going to save it?
I'll save it.
Okay.
I'll save it just in case I do have a closer.
What were you going to say, Chris?
I haven't got a feeling. Is it Burnley?
It is Burnley, who incidentally were awarded the fewest penalties last season too. They only got 3 last season.
That's what I remember Dan going on about. That's why I thought it might be Burnley. Yes,
that's surprising. That I thought they would have had a few.
No. So, right, question number 3.
Yes. Sorry, Liverpool have just scored.
Didn't have you as a Liverpool fan, Chris?
No, but I hate Arsenal.
Right, okay. Who scored? You know?
Yeah, Jota.
All right. Okay.
Amazing.
Question 3. Unless there's any more goals going in, Chris. No.
Over to yours,
right. Question 3. It's been great to see Christian Eriksen return to the football pitch with Brentford in recent weeks. But can you remember which team Denmark were playing in the Euros when he suffered his traumatic collapse?
I was watching it as well. I can't remember who was in their group. I'm going to switch the question.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Chris, you think you had that one, didn't you?
Yeah, Finland, wasn't it?
It was Finland, yeah. Who went on to win the game 1-0.
They won when they came back, yeah.
So you're switching the question. Following the suspension, this is a long one, so pay attention. And hopefully it'll make sense. Anyway, following the suspension of Russia by FIFA, which country, who they were due to play in a World Cup qualifying semi-final playoff, has been given an automatic bye through to the Path B final, where they will play the winner of the Sweden versus Czech Republic semi-final for a place in the 2022 World Cup finals in Qatar. So basically, who were Russia due to play, who have now been given a bye into the final against Sweden or Czech?
I know that Scotland and Wales were on the other side of the draw.
If it helps,
and I know there's
three pathways. This one is Path B.
There's one team in my head. I'm not sure if it's right, but I'm going to go with it, and I'm going to say Poland.
It was a good switch because it was Poland. Well done.
Oof. I remember seeing Matthias Klick, the Leeds centre midfielder, posting how they didn't want to play Russia, but I wasn't sure if that was if they got to the final or if they had the semi-final. So
no, it was. Well done. Good idea to switch that one.
Yeah, no, well done, mate.
So question 4. Ronaldo's recent hat-trick for Man United against Spurs meant he became the second oldest player to score a Premier League hat-trick. Who is the oldest?
Ever or currently? Or is it?
Ever.
Is it oldest ever? To score a hat-trick.
In the Premier League.
Alan Shearer.
That is incorrect. You still have your second guess.
I'm going to save my second guess for the Leeds questions, I think, just in case I embarrass myself.
Any idea, Chris?
Well, I thought Shearer was a possible answer. The only one I can think of. Ooh. I'm going to change my mind, actually, which is fatal. Teddy Sheringham?
It was Teddy Sheringham.
I changed. Oh.
He scored a hat-trick for Portsmouth against Bolton in 2003 at the age of 37 years, 146 days.
Wow.
Ronaldo was 37 and 35 days when he scored.
Wow.
My other one was thinking it was Ian Wright, possibly.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Ian
Wright. Final question in this round. Which club are currently bottom of the Football League and facing relegation to the National League? The first time they would be relegated back into non-leagues since they were voted into the old Division 3 North in 1950. That's a question, isn't it?
That is a hell of a question. League One and League Two have confused me recently because I don't know who's been switching around. I'm going to take a poor guess with Notts County.
That is incorrect, and I'm guessing that you're going to keep your second guess.
I am going to keep.
Seeing as you've got about 30 teams to choose from at least. Now there's a boy at the back of the classroom who's got his hand in the air.
Yeah, can I go to the toilet, please, sir? I think this is wrong because I think they might be second from bottom, but I would have gone Oldham.
You are correct.
They are second from bottom.
They are second from bottom. Yeah.
I never would have guessed.
No, it's not. It's Scunthorpe United.
Oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that either, to be honest.
No, they're having a shocker, and they could go out of the league. So 6 points to add to your 10, so 16.
16.
Oh, Now, I think you can safely say, and I don't want to jinx it here, that you may not finish bottom here.
I hope you don't jinx it.
No.
I'd be shocked, and I know the questions.
What can I just say? I'm surprised how well I'm doing. So the fact that when you said you may have set them quite easy, I think you might be right there.
I've not embarrassed
well
myself.
Well done, Connor. Well done. 16 points. You only say four off Palace at this stage.
Yeah, this is you're looking at mid-table respectability here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Right. Let's go for it.
How many questions are there in this round? Sorry,
10.
Is it 5? 10. There
10.
We go. Okay.
Yeah, so 10 questions, 2 points each.
Yeah.
And you still have your second guess. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Leeds United were formed in 1919 after the previous team who played at Ellen Road were forced to disband and sell their players by the Football League following accusations of illegal payments to players during the First World War. Dirty Leeds. What was the name of the original club? Actually forced as if the league authorities are this strong these days. Actually forced to disband and sell all their players.
Wow. That is a punishment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leeds City.
That is correct. Leeds City. Well done.
And
did you know that, or were you having to dredge?
That I didn't know it when you said the question, but then I remember reading it in a book.
Yeah,
because I've got a book of all the Leeds kits over history.
Oh,
and
right,
I remember seeing Leeds City on the front of it.
In their blue and white stripes, I believe.
Yeah,
Leeds when they first started. Yeah,
they were. Yeah,
and Arsenal have just gone 2-0 up.
Liverpool, you mean?
Liverpool, sorry, have just gone 2-0 up. Yes.
Is it someone I've got in my fantasy team? That's all we need.
Firmino?
To know. No.
Not me, no.
No one's got Firmino anymore unless they've left their team from day one. Question number 2. Arguably, Leeds' most successful period was in the 1970s under Don Revie, where they reached the finals of both the European Cup Winners' Cup in 73 and the European Cup in 75. Leeds lost both games, but can you tell me either of the teams who beat them in the finals?
No.
Correct, 2 points.
Technically, that is a correct answer.
Technically, it is right. I ran through these with my daughter, and she said exactly the same. No, that's technically correct. I'm having 2 points.
Yeah.
In the 70s, European Cup Winners' Cup. Who was good in the 70s?
Chris, apparently.
I hit my peak then. It's all been downhill since.
Let's say Villarreal.
It's an interesting choice. The European Cup Winners' Cup in 73, you were beaten by AC Milan. So no shame there. And in the European Cup final of 1975, you lost to Bayern Munich.
I should have gone a lot more obvious than what I was thinking.
I think you put too much thought into that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Question number 3. Brian Clough was controversially appointed manager in 1974, but how many days did he famously stay in charge before he was sacked?
I watched the film the other day.
Yeah.
I love that film.
It's a great film.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 44.
Ooh.
44 is correct. Well done.
I was going to guess 48, but
I get confused with him and Dave Hockaday, who managed us in the championship, because they both didn't last very long.
No. Question number 4, a bit more up to date. Stuart Dallas has made almost 250 appearances for Leeds since he made his debut in August 2015. But from which club did he join for a fee in the region of 1.3 million?
Brentford.
It was Brentford indeed. That means you're
you
not
can relax
bottom.
now.
Yeah.
You're not bottom.
Here we go. The stress is over.
Rich from
Question
Crystal
5.
Palace fan, eagle-eyed football is just thrown himself out the window.
Yeah. Question 5. David O'Leary was appointed Leeds manager in 1998 after Martin O'Neill turned down the job to stay at Leicester. Despite guiding Leeds to 4 consecutive top 5 finishes and 2 European semi-finals, he was sacked after a fallout with chairman Peter Ridsdale. Who was appointed his successor in July 2002?
Eddie Gray. Or does that count as, because he was interim, wasn't he? I don't know if that counts.
That doesn't count,
No.
I'm afraid.
Ooh.
Dennis Wise. That doesn't count either because it's wrong. Do you want to have your second guess?
No.
Or you keep going? Any idea, Chris?
I've got to be honest with you. Not so long ago, I was watching. You know when you go on your YouTube at late at night and it sends you down different ways. Yeah, at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're watching ship sinking or something, and I actually ended up. But I was watching the Leeds story, and I would have said Eddie Gray.
I know he didn't get the job properly. He got it till the end of the season because there's always the joke of the interim, give it to Eddie and play the kids.
The fall guy, yeah.
It
was Terry Venables.
It was somebody who was promised a lot of money, and Terry Venables was it?
Funnily enough, I just said Terry Venables, Chris. You may have heard that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you say it. Sorry.
I didn't hear you say that, Jeff.
No.
Has someone said Terry Venables, Jeff?
Unbelievable, Jeff. I honestly didn't hear you say that.
I'm guessing Dennis Wise was he after?
I don't know. We don't talk about Dennis Wise in these parts.
No, we don't. We don't like to either. But
no.
Tiny man.
Yeah. Question 6. The start of Leeds' climb back to the Premier League was winning promotion from League One in the 2009-2010 season when they finished runners-up to Norwich. Who finished as Leeds' top goal scorer in that season?
Jermaine Beckford.
It was indeed, again, once of this parish for a short period of time.
Yes.
31 goals in all competitions.
Did we like him, Beckford?
Not really. I think most people thought he was lazy.
It was. I wouldn't say, was he the one that people thought was lazy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he wasn't much of a runner.
But he got a hat-trick against Forest, didn't he?
I think so. And he famously scored the winner at Old Trafford, I think, for you guys in an FA Cup tie.
He did that same season, yeah. Because after we won that game, we were top of League One. We won the game against Man United, and then we started to not win games, and we started to panic. And we had to beat Bristol City to finish second. No, Bristol Rovers, sorry, to finish second, and he got the winner. So yeah.
Well done. Another 2 points. Okay, question 7. This is the Who Am I round. Question, sorry. Who am I? I started my footballing career with a team in my home city, but soon moved out on loan to Doncaster Rovers to gain more experience. At the end of my loan, I was released and picked up by Motherwell. After 48 appearances, I allowed my contract to run down and joined Cardiff City in 2008. The same year in which I made my full international debut. I moved to Leeds in 2010 for a fee of around 350,000, eventually becoming club captain, and was the league's top goal scorer in the 2013-14 season. In total, I scored 53 goals for Leeds in 144 games.
I think the last little bit gave it to me, I think. And I believe I do have a signed shirt from him at home.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Ross McCormack.
It is Ross McCormack.
Well,
he was a bit of a scourge for us, if I remember rightly. But what happened to him? Because he seemed to have a reputation of a bit of a lad who wanted it all ways, to be honest.
Yeah. There was the time when we got taken over by Massimo Cellino, and Brian McDermott was sacked and then reinstated within 24 hours. He went on Sky Sports News and did an interview saying he wanted to leave, stay till the end of the season. I think we sold him to Fulham for 15 million, something like that. And then after he left Fulham, I don't know where he went. I'm not sure if he's still playing, or I know he did go to lower league Scotland football at one point. But I loved him at Leeds. I thought he was a great player for us.
Yeah, he had that sort of purple patch of 2 or 3 seasons, and I liked him. I must admit at the time, he was a good player. So going well for you here. You still have your one lifeline left as well with your second guess. So I must point out, you're not allowed to use it on a multiple choice.
Oh no. That's fair enough.
You thought he was being nice early, you see. I did warn you.
Now I'm starting to get points on the board. The rules are coming out.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I must point out you're not allowed to get any more questions correct. Yeah. Question 8. According to the official Premier League website, which of these Leeds players played the most minutes in the Premier League last season? Rodrigo, Diego Lorente, or Tyler Roberts?
Oh, gosh. Diego Lorente last season was always on and off because he got a few injuries. I feel like Tyler Roberts would have played a lot more than I wanted him to. Rodrigo was playing in the kind of number 10 role. I'm going to go for Rodrigo.
Well, you were correct with Lorente. He played 2001. Lorente played 1,205 minutes. Rodrigo played 1,287. Roberts played 1,338. It was Roberts.
That's sad.
2 questions left, and you have still got your last lifeline.
Yeah, we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
This will be a good one for you, Chris. Listen up.
What, you mean it's old?
No, it involves Leicester.
Ah.
Which Australian international joined Leeds from Leicester in July 2009, went on to make 59 appearances, scoring just 1 goal before leaving to join Melbourne in July 2013 after a brief spell on loan at Ipswich Town?
Patrick Kisnorbo.
It was Patrick Kisnorbo.
Loved him. Absolutely loved him.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, I was thinking Corica for some reason, but then when you said 2009, thinking, oh no, he was before that, but
yeah, he went off to Wolves, I think. Corica.
Yes, he did. He did. Yeah, it was nice. It was good. I like Patrick Kisnorbo.
Yeah, I think he was well liked by Leicester fans. Kisnorbo.
Yeah. There's a classic image of him with a bandage around his head and blood pouring down his face, and there was always the joke that whenever he put the bandage on his head, he was going into God mode, something like that. But,
that's what you want to see, don't it? Players giving blood for the team.
Yeah.
Wouldn't we? What would we give for a centre half who attacked the ball? Jeez.
Oh God!
That'd be nice,
what would we give for a fit centre half?
Well, yeah.
Get Kisnorbo back. I think he's managing in Australia at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got him in. Final question, and you've still got you get 2 guesses at this one. So
yeah.
But I don't think you'll need it, to be honest.
Okay.
I'll try to end it nicely. Leeds had to wait until their 7th game of this season to record their first win, but who did they beat to gain those 3 points?
Watford.
It was Watford. And for no bonus points, do you know who scored?
I know it was 1-0. And I don't know who it was, but I'm going to guess. Rodrigo.
He was in the same question. It was Lorente.
I had him in my mind, but I've only got I was thinking about the goal against Liverpool last season.
It's very respectable 14 in that one.
And we will see where you've ended up. But we'll do that, as they always say on the best quiz shows, straight after the break. Yeah, please do, if you haven't yet already, on YouTube, Leicester Till I Die TV, please give us a subscribe. And I believe he may well have done very well, Craig.
I think it's a very reasonable score indeed. If I've got this correct, that adds up to 30 points.
This is where, if we differ, we start to panic. and it has happened. I also have got 30 points, so
I'll take that.
Well done, Connor.
Let's have a look where that puts you. That puts you equal with Dan from Burnley. So you're still in that, fighting you in the league and fighting you in this as well. But it puts you on equal 11th, which is very, very respectable.
Above the scum, that's all that matters.
Exactly, yes. What, do you remember I presume you're talking Man United.
Yeah.
And of course you are. And he actually made the mistake of asking for difficult questions. Do you remember? He was only a young lad. Well, I say young lad, 20s or whatever. But to me, that's young. To me, 50 is young. I'm not going to lie. But he loved quizzes. He's always on quizzes. And he said he threw down the gauntlet. Yeah, don't worry about my age. Just because there's no point. We've tried to keep them age related, don't we, Craig?
Yeah, I tend to put some historical ones that most fans should know.
Yes,
and then,
like who beat you in the European Cups and what have you. Most fans usually would know that. Sorry, mate. Sorry. But no, and he came and he said, right, no, don't bother about me. Just ask me the questions. And yeah, he regretted that, didn't he? Craig was not a man to toy with, I'll tell you.
So no bonus points for finishing with a lifeline, no?
Well, no.
It's probably the first time it's happened, to be fair.
Yes,
so
I think
yes. I'm quite happy to give you 0.1 of a 0.1. Well, having said, if I give you 0.1, that puts you above Dan. So
I do remember. Do you remember the guy recently who won? He was the first one to win Who Wants to Be a Millionaire under Clarkson, and everything fell right for him. And he used one of his lifelines, which he probably didn't really need to.
Yeah.
But he still only got the £1 million. So I'm sorry, Connor. it's not going to happen. But, Rennie says, big up, Connor. Well done, mate.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for doing that. We are slowly working our way through all 20. With 11 minutes to go, it's still 2-0 to Liverpool. So it's proven to be a good night all round. Connor, your links are in the description below. But do give a shout out to everybody as to where they can find you.
Amazing. So I am on YouTube at Connor Pratchett and the same on Instagram and Twitter at Connor Pratchett. So I'd love to have anyone over if you want to follow me.
I'm sure. And be nice to him. He's a nice Leeds fan. They do exist.
They do exist, yeah.
They do exist.
They're slowly coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Connor. And good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Personally, I'd love to see you stay up and give it another go. I've always said what I like about Leeds is that you had that period, like we said, under Don Revie, where you were you were the best team in the country for quite a few years. But you don't come out and say, well, we should be in the Premier League because, we're Leeds. Very un-Arsenal and un-Man United like. That's what I like about...
I think I said the same. I think I said a similar thing a couple of weeks ago when we were doing the preview show. That, we always joke about dirty Leeds and... that was a tough team, shall we say, back in the 70s. But I remember growing up with them, and very similar to Leicester. A one club city, and had plenty of ups and downs, but hopefully better days ahead.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the Man Uniteds and the Arsenal say, "Oh, we've had tough times recently. We deserve to be back at the top." Finishing fifth in the Premier League isn't a tough time. Go back down to League One, then you'll have a tough time.
Exactly. That's what gets me about them, Man United fans, you did exist before Alex Ferguson. I just want to point that out, But the funny thing was, talking about dirty Leeds, also on my tour of YouTube the other night, it came up the dirtiest game ever played in the country. And Leeds were fit. It was the Leeds-Chelsea. And I think it was an FA Cup. Might have been the final as he went to a replay.
I remember seeing highlights of that,
And David Webb scored.
God, tell you what, you'd end up with just the two goalkeepers left on the pitch if that was played like that these days. Yeah. That was when men were men, wasn't it, Craig?
I think that was back when subs weren't a thing as well, wasn't it? So
you
just played on with a broken leg.
Yeah, exactly. I remember Mick Jones, I think, getting a dislocated shoulder in the cup final. I think that was against Arsenal, where Alan Clark scored the winner again. I was interested. I was reading up about Alan Clark as well for part of this, and we signed him. We signed him for 150,000, and broke the British transfer record when we signed him. And then we sold him to you. He only stayed here a season later, and you broke the record to sign him for 165 grand or whatever.
Probably some of the best 165 grand you've ever spent. In fairness,
I can agree with that. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody, I like watching it on, and he's been on this channel, Elton Wellesby, and the big match. It's on ITV4. They repeat it a lot, and. I was watching this game, and it was like Chelsea were playing. Who were they playing? There was another London club, and it wasn't Arsenal or Tottenham. It wasn't a big one, but it was like a second-tier game. What was then the second division? But mind you, Chelsea might be down there again soon anyway, mightn't they? So
Chelsea didn't exist before 2004. So
no, not as we know it. Not as we know it. Connor, like I say, good luck for the rest of the season, mate. please stay up and send Everton down.
I'd love to see Everton down. Mainly because it's Lampard, but other than that, it'll be fun as well.
No, I don't mind Lampard. I just like to see the clubs that have never been gone down.
See how they react,
and then the Leeds or the Brentfords, those sorts of teams, because I still think of Leicester as a team like that, and Norwich and Watford. I just wanted them to disappear up their own backsides because
Norwich should never be allowed in the Premier League again.
No,
it's a waste of a season for them.
And Watford should have a thing imposed saying like that they cannot sack a manager for at least
mid-season,
until mid-season. But Connor, all the best, mate.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
With the
I enjoyed being on here.
And well done at getting to 11th. All the best, mate. Take
Cheers,
care.
Connor. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers. Hang on, let me press that. Right, but there we go. Craig, thanks very much, mate.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Are you going to be watching the game tomorrow?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I might end up getting the second half.
Ah, right, okay. Not to worry. I mean, you're putting something ahead of Leicester?
Yeah, work.
Yeah, it is. It is an earlier kickoff, isn't it?
Yeah.
As somebody who doesn't work at the moment, I don't have that problem, unfortunately. But it's not through choice. Not through choice.
But, no, I may. If I can get out early enough, I'll catch as much as I can. Unless we're losing 2-0 early on, and then I won't bother.
Oh, don't even joke. Don't even joke that. But he's come out and said he wants us to go all the way. So as Mr. Rogers, so fingers crossed.
He should. Yeah,
fingers crossed. Great. Thanks very much, mate.
You're welcome.
Just stay online because I just wanted to sort of check something with you afterwards. But all the best. Take care, and all the best to your family as well.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks,
Cheers,
Chris.
now.
Bye, everyone.
So thanks to Connor for coming on, a respectable 11th place there. And you can tell, I think, when you look at the table, who sort of the regular quizzes are. Thanks a lot, Renee, bye, and to the guests, and 2-0 to Leicester City. Well, fingers crossed. But thanks to Craig, who it's his own time when he sits down and he works all these questions out. And it isn't the hard bit, is actually, as he said to me, is the Leicester ones, trying to come up with some Leicester questions that he hasn't asked before. So thank you very much, Craig, for all that you do on that. Guys, we are going to be back tomorrow at 9:15, and we are going to be doing the post-match show. We will be Bradless, as they said. No, not braless, Bradless. Although you could say I need one here with my moobs. But we'll be back then. And let's hope that we are going to be celebrating a win. We need some luck, don't we? We need something to cheer Leicester up this season. Fingers crossed. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for listening. As Dan would say, Dad wouldn't say I've been Chris, but he would finish with that. I will see you tomorrow night. Fingers crossed, celebrating at 9:15. Take care. Stay safe.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.